Welcome back, baseball fans. We're back again with another game here in the 2025. Let's start all over. Welcome back, baseball fans, to another Yankee game in this complete season playthrough. We're about to play game number 66, and the date of this game is June 11th. So we're moving right along. The Yankees are in front with the wild card, as you can see down here. Let me scroll down a little bit. There you have your standings. You can see all the teams. Got the American League teams here and the National League teams over here. We're currently in first place in the wild card and half a game back for the division. And we're playing the Royals. We're going to keep an eye on the Blue Jays to see how they're going throughout the game, probably every third inning, right? If I remember. I hope I remember. All right, so here are, let me raise the volume here. These are the lineups. Come on, get out of there, volume graph. There we go. You see the New York Yankees lineup here. You can pause the video if you want to take a look at that. And this is the Royals. All right, we are getting into this game number 66. Welcome back. To the plate is Anthony Volpe. Their lineup actually is Volpe, Chisholm, Bellinger, Goldschmidt, Bohm, Peraza, Wells, Pereira, and Reyes. The Royals have Blanco, Perez, Witt Jr., Velasquez, Garcia, Melendez, Canna, Waters, and Lofton. Pitching is Reagans. There's his score. There's his stats for the year. You can pause. There's Volpe's stats for the year. He's hitting .323. All right, let's get this game underway. I am having a lot of fun making these videos and uploading them. Here's Anthony Volpe. Fly ball to center. That'll be the very first out of this game. Here's Jazzy J. Chisholm Jr. He strikes out. 2 men away. Cody Bellinger. I think I read that he's going to opt out of his contract and become a free agent in real life. Cody Bellinger. All right. Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt strikes out. That retires the side. No score. Here's Dayron Blanco. Still a little bit under the weather, but we're hanging in there. 1 man away. And Salvador Perez. He gets a base hit. He's on first base. And Bobby Witt Jr. That's going to fall in for a hit. Runners on first and second with 1 man out. Here's Nelson Velasquez. Or Velasquez. Quaz or Kaz. 2 men away. Here's Michael Garcia. And that retires the side. Alec Bohm, what's he doing so far for us? Let's check him out. So in the season for Philadelphia, he was hitting .268. He's hitting .300 for us. Obviously, it's less at bats, less games, I should say. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, this turns out to be a good trade for us. That's a pop-up. Left center, 1 man away. Here's Oswald Peraza. The real Yankees have Caballeros on their team. 2 men away. Here's Wells. And so far, the Yankees' bats are silent. M.J. Melendez. 1 man out. Mark Canna. He was a Mets for a short stint. That's deep to right, but not too deep. 2 men away. And here's Drew Waters. He drew waters from the well. Drawing water from the well. Here's Everson Pereiro. I meant to say Everson. Little dribbler. That's an easy out. 1 man away. Pablo Reyes. Neither team able to score just yet. That's a deep fly ball to left. Going way back. That ball is out of here. No sooner than I spoke than Pablo Reyes went yard. Touch 'em all, Reyes. The Yankees take lead 1-0. Here's Volpe. Hope I don't forget that at the end of the third, I want to check out the scores. That was an out. Jazzy J. Chisholm. Oh, that hit the wall and it went over the wall for a ground rule double. Bellinger, belly laugh, trying to get another RBI, fails to do so. Bottom of the third, here's Nick Lofton, the second baseman for the Kansas City Royals. 1 man away, here's Dayron Blanco. That's going to fall in for a hit. Blanco's on first, 1 man out. And Salvador Perez, runner goes. He's going to be safe. That's a line drive out, and they doubled him off. Did they have to double him off? I forgot how many outs there were. All right, bottom of the third. Let's check the out-of-town scoreboard. Detroit, Baltimore leading Detroit 3-2. They're in the sixth. It's Cleveland and Cincinnati, no score in the fifth. Tampa Bay and Boston. Tampa Bay is up 1-0. Texas, Minnesota. Texas over Minnesota in the third. White Sox 2-0. Athletics, they've beat the Angels. Toronto is winning 8-5. They've won their game. And let's go up here. Sorry, Miami 5-0 over Pittsburgh. Washington trailing the Mets 4-3. They're in the third inning. San Francisco and Colorado will play later at Coors Field. Seattle and Arizona. These are later on. And Los Angeles defeat San Diego 8-7. I went down too fast. Toronto 8-5. That's the final. Atlanta beats Milwaukee, and Philadelphia beats the Chicago Cubs. That's the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Cardona Studios. Here's Goldilocks. 1 man away. Alec Bohm. That's a little dribbler. And Peraza. Peraza walks. Here's Wells. Wells strikes out. Going to the bottom of the fourth. Here's Witt. Little pop-up in the infield. 1 man out. Velasquez, Nelson. Fly ball to center. Going deep. Going back. I said Dak. That's a home run. And the Kansas City Royals have tied up the game. Here's Garcia. Some more daytime fireworks. Actually, it's 7:52 p.m., but it's still daylight in Kansas City. Runner goes. He's safe. The ball gets away, and the runner goes to third. 1 man out. Melendez still at the plate, the DH. That's going to be a base hit and an RBI. A run scores. Marcana 2-1 Kansas City. Marcana walks. Rodon starting to lose it a little bit. Let me see something. Let me bring it down. Can I? Okay. I see some of the bottom down here is kind of cut. Oh, wait. Can I? No. I wanted you to see the bottom stats over here. All right. Here's Drew Waters. That's a base hit, and Rodon is kind of losing his touch here. 2 outs, second and third, Nick Lofton. And Nick often makes an out. He often makes an out. All right, we need to get back on the ball here. Pereira trying to get back on top. He's not going to do it with that at bat. Here's Pablo Reyes. He strikes out. And Volpe. Anthony Volpe. That retires the side. Going to the bottom of the 5th. One man away. Perez. Two men away. And Witt Jr. He strikes out. All right. Top of the 6th. Jazzy J. Chisholm. One man out. Here's Bellinger. Bellyache Bellinger. That gets through for a hit. Bellyache is on first base for Goldilocks. 2 men away, and Alec Bohm. He strikes out. That retires the side. Bottom of the 6th, here's Velasquez. 1 man away. Rodon still in there. 2 men away, and Melendez. And that retires the side. Let's check out the out-of-town scoreboards. I'll freeze the screen so you can see the latest scores. Baltimore leading Detroit 6-2. Cleveland and Cincinnati are tied. Tampa Bay is winning 4-2. Miami over Pittsburgh 5-1 in the 8th. Mets over Washington in the 6th. And Colorado trailing 1-0 in the 4th. We got Texas leading Minnesota 5-4 in the 5th. White Sox leading Houston 2-0 in the 5th. And the A's, of course, have beaten the Angels 8-7. Toronto beats St. Louis 8-5. Los Angeles beats San Diego 8-7. And we've got Seattle and Arizona, no score, bottom of the 2nd. San Francisco, Colorado. Yes, I already mentioned those. All right, maybe I'll do one of these a game instead of every 3 innings. I don't know how disruptive this would be to see those scores while you're trying to watch the game. Here's Peraza, out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Cardona Studios, makers of some amazing YouTube channels, Adventures with Freddy, New Jersey Gamers, and more, and documenting history. Austin Wells strikes out. Here's Pereira. I got to find out when we're getting Aaron Judge back. Mark Canna. That retires the side. All right, here's Drew Waters. Rodon still in there. One man away. Here's Lofton. 2 men away. And Blanco. Blanco walks. Runners on first and second. That's a fly ball to center. And it's caught. That retires the side. Top of the 8th. It's getting late in the game. We need to start scoring runs here. That's a base hit for Reyes. Here's Anthony Volpe. That could be a double play. Yep, 2 men away. Jazzy J. Chisholm. That retires the side. Going to the bottom of the 8th, Weaver pitching. You're still trailing 2-1. That's a walk. Velasquez struck him out. The runner goes, and he's in safely. Ball's into the outfield. The runner goes to third. Here's Garcia. That's an infield single. He couldn't hold the ball. We're now losing 3-1. Runner goes again. We have not been able to throw anybody out. Here's Marcana. All right, here's Cody Bellyache Bellinger trying to get some runs. We are trailing 3 runs, 3-1. There's a base hit by Bellyache. Goldilocks, can they get something going? All right, base hit. Yankees are not going down quietly. Here's Uncle Ben's Rice. He strikes out. Trent Grisham, don't call me Junior. Oh, what a play. 2 men away. Austin Wells with runners on second and third. The tension. The suspense. Can the Yankees pull it off? Austin Wells walks. Here's Everson Pereira. Deep fly ball to right. Did he get all of it? Did he get it? Grand slam, home run, touch him all, Everson. You've just gone yard and have given the Yankees a 5-3 lead. Everson Pereira with the biggest hit of his this week. I don't know if he's had really big hits, but that was a big one. All right, here's Reyes. And that quieted down the Kansas City fan base. Here's Anthony Volpe. Little dribbler up to short. That retires the side. But now we've got our closer in there, Devin Williams. Can they make this stick? Here we go. That's a high fly ball. That's going to be 1 out. Here's Pasquantino. 2 men away. I have to do the accent. That's called the Brainiac Baseball accent. Pasquantino. All right, Blanco. That's a base hit. Run around first. Here's Salvador Perez. Struck him out. Yankees win. The Yankees win. What a comeback in the 9th. That's what baseball memories are made of. All right, let's check the standings. There's the first page. You can take a look at that. There's the batting line score. There's the pitching line score. Player of the game is Cole Reagans, even though we won. Leave the game. And Toronto Blue Jays won their game. So we're still half a game out. Any major changes here in the lineup? Atlanta Braves is 3 back. Cardinals are 5 back. There's a Giants and Dodgers tie so far in the NL West. The Mets are in 3rd place. Let's finish today. Giancarlo Stanton is eligible to come off the IL. Ask coaches. We're setting up our organization, and let's see how that affects the lineups. So let's see here. We've got Chisholm at second. Who's the catcher? Austin Wells still catching. So Stanton is going to DH. Pablo Reyes in left. Everson Pereira in right. Okay. So there you have it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this game. Hopefully you'll be back for the next game. And I really do hope you guys are enjoying this series. We'll see you on the next video.